here. I am so excited for what is in this box. Let's get right into what's in this package. Woo! I don't know where my scissors are, so, you know. Oh, yes. Look at this. Enda. Okay, so, yes, awesome. Enda is a running shoe company out of Kenya, and they're still a pretty small company. They only have 2 shoes on the market. They have the Enda Iten, and then they have a longer running shoe, Lapet, I believe, the Lapet. But I was in the market for a faster shoe, all right? And so I went in and ordered the Itens, okay? And actually when I first ordered them, I got the wrong size, okay? I should have gotten a half size bigger. So shout out to Enda, because I shot them in emails like, hey, these are too big, it's not gonna work. And they're like, what size do you need? And I said, I think I need an 11. And so I just put it in the same box that they sent it in. They gave me a return label, shipped it off, and immediately had a size 11 on the way. So there they are. Look at those bad boys. All right, so I just wrapped up a 1 mile run. Now, I haven't done a 1 mile run in a long time. Today was supposed to be a rest day. All right, I have logged, before this run, I had 56.6 miles for the week, which my goal was 55. Like, I'm good. Like, 56 is fine. And my intention was to do nothing today. All right, just definitely give my legs a chance to recover. And I mean, I feel really good, considering. Now, I do have some tightness in my ankles. Probably the highlight of the week was going up to southern Indiana and running the unserviced dirt roads up there with my buddy Matt. Man, what a great run. Just absolutely phenomenal, which these also came in yesterday. These are the Enda Itens, and I'm going to be giving you my quick look review on these today. Now, of course, I'm going to run more miles in them, and I'll update you guys on what I think about them as I go. But today, we're going to be taking a look at what my 1 mile first impressions and just out of the box first impressions of the Enda Iten are. All right, the other thing I would like to hit on real fast is shout out to Matt for letting me borrow Running with Sherman. Okay, this is the latest book from Christopher McDougall, who wrote Born to Run. And if you've been watching the vlog or listening to the podcast, you know that I love Born to Run. It absolutely changed my outlook on just running in general, and even some nutrition and just my outlook. And so that I'm very excited for this book, okay? Animals are incredible, humans are incredible, and I know that McDougall is really going to do a great job capturing both of those things. So very excited to be diving into that book. And of course, drinking some Stave Coffee cup number 2. But we're here today to talk about the Enda Iten. Just like we do with all the shoe reviews, I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. That's just how I like to do things. So, starting at the bottom of the Enda Iten, look at that. This outsole, I am a huge fan of. It is durable, it's tough, and it's actually fairly aggressive for a road shoe. And what I mean by aggressive is I'm talking about the tread. If you look along there, I mean, the grooves are pretty intense. This is pretty tough but grippy rubber. I think this thing could be like a commuter shoe. I think you could hop off of the road and onto some more stable dirt paths, or even the dirt roads that I ran with Matt yesterday. I think when those are dry, maybe even when they're not dry, this would be an awesome shoe for those conditions, which makes sense because a lot of the roads that the Kenyan athletes train on are those dirt roads. It's less impact and works really well for all their training. And so I am a massive fan of this outsole. All right, a few cool things to point out is that one thing with the shoe and one thing that they talk about on the website is that in a lot of Kenyan culture, they have a lot of triangles and diamonds and things like that throughout their artwork. And so they wanted to represent that in the shoe, which I love human culture. I love different human cultures. I think it's absolutely interesting. So this was super cool for me to see them represent their home country and then try to enter a global market, but still keeping that Kenyan authenticity, right? So they have the triangles along here. You see the Enda kind of arrowhead shape there. Harambe, which is Kenya's motto. It means let's all pull together. The midsole, not plush, like at all. Initially, I was going to compare it to the Kinvara. Kinvara is kind of soft, like not like the Rincon or anything like that, but for a racing shoe, for a racing flat, for a shoe, it's supposed to be a fast shoe. The Kinvara is very cushioned. So this midsole, not at all. It's really, really firm. It's very responsive. All right. And so when you hit the ground, I mean, there's no sinking going on. You're there and then you're making that next stride. All right. And which is typical for a racing flat. So no surprise there. The other thing that I thought was really interesting is my foot strike. Actually, I land on the outside and then roll in. I land on the outside of my forefoot and roll in. All right, and that's just how I developed my forefoot strike. That's what feels natural to me. What I will say about this shoe is that I've never had a shoe that felt so in tune with what my foot strike is, right? So like, I don't know how this will work per se with your foot strike, but for mine, landing on the outside of that forefoot and rolling in, dude, this shoe was reading my mind and it just felt like it was guiding me to that, right? So I'm not sure if everybody will have that experience, but just for me personally, and the 1 mile that I ran today, loved that, okay? So moving on from the lower part of the shoe, the midsole and the outsole, into the upper, all right? And the upper is aesthetically awesome. Okay, so really cool designs there on the toe box and around the heel. Just really, really cool, kind of like that stitching, quilting, geometric patterns. Very breathable mesh. You even have some more of those triangles here around the Enda logo. But this is going to be a fantastic hot weather shoe. Like this will be, when the state opens back up and Project Rise and TNRs start kicking off, this will be my summer shoe. This and as many Rincon 1s as I can get my hand on, because I heard that they changed the upper, but that's not what this video is about. Okay, so this is going to be a summer shoe for sure. With that, I'm interested to see how long this upper holds up. I'm not sure how long that upper will hold up. I've never had an upper break down in a shoe. I've never pushed a shoe that far. I imagine that I will try that with this shoe to really push its limits. So I'm interested to see that. However, the breathability of the shoe and how light the upper is, I think goes a long way into what this shoe is meant for. All right, which on the website it's talking about those, those faster runs, those shorter runs, and then they go on to say, but it's, even though it's made for those shorter, faster runs, they add that it can handle it if you want to go longer. All right, which I appreciate the honesty. Frankly, they are just coming out and saying like, hey, this shoe probably won't be too terribly comfortable if you want to go out 16 miles, right? I would say that 10 miles is the longest I'd probably put down in this shoe, and that won't happen very often. All right. Overall, lightweight, obviously. It's a lightweight trainer, racing flat kind of design, 7.9 ounces in a size 9. I'm a size 11. But I mean, super light, super light. I could tell as soon as I put them on out of the box. And yeah, overall first impressions, I dig it. You know, they're cool. It's definitely like a racing flat shoe. It's not very often that I get a shoe that's not plush. So I'll be excited to see how that goes. I'm excited to take these out on some dirt roads. I think that's going to be coming in the near future and seeing how they handle the dirt. But yeah, absolutely awesome. Oh, and most importantly, price point, $100. And I think that that's going to be an outstanding price point for this shoe. And you're gonna get your money's worth because due to the outsole and that rubber and how just like sturdy this lower is, I could see this shoe going 400, 450 miles, maybe even more than that. Like seriously, I think this shoe could really go the distance. And the social impact and the cultural impacts that the Enda shoe company has is one of the reasons that drew me to the shoe more than any of them. They are a climate neutral certified company. They go through all the steps to make sure that the footprint that they're leaving on the earth is the most positive one possible. And it's just really incredible. They create a lot of jobs, not just at Enda, but in their local supply chain. They make sure that people in communities get good jobs and decent jobs, which can be hard to find in Kenya. And on top of that, they go out into the community and really rally around the country's motto of Harambe and pulling together. And so and every purchase goes towards helping with those projects. So you're not going to find a more cultural and climate aware and proactive company in the shoe game. Like, they are out and doing it, and I think that's absolutely amazing. So even though the shoes right off the bat in the first mile didn't blow me away, which who knows, like I said, I'm going to be making another video, but they are awesome shoes, and it's an even better company, which I love supporting companies that are making a positive impact in the world. All right, and plus, love that Kenyan motto of Harambe, very similar to what we do here in very similar to what we do here with Share the Road, right? Pulling together, accomplishing great things, and making an awesome impact. All right, so that is the Enda Iten. $100, 500 plus miles is what I'm predicting for the shoe. Can't beat it. I mean, really, it was a fun shoe. It's light, it breathes well, and that was just in the first mile. So I'm looking forward to getting some speed workouts in these and just having a nice, cool summer with these on my feet. So that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much. The mileage is ramping up. We're going. I think I'm gonna have I've been saying this for a while. I've got to have a down week next week. If you see that I'm starting to creep up towards the 50 mile per week mark for this week, tell me that I'm an idiot and that I was supposed to be taking a week off. All right, let's share this road. Help keep me accountable too. I'm having a great time with my mileage bump this high, but I think my legs need to jump back before we start heading towards 60 miles per week. I got slightly under 58 miles this week. All right, so I'm getting close, but I don't need to be going too fast. I'm going to be stretching and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And I mean, I've got a while before I need to hit 70 miles per week in this marathon training block. So, you know, I need to be patient. The goal is to not be hurt. All right. great shoes can help with that too. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out the podcast. We are right smack in the middle of the DNF Diaries, stories from the uncrossed finish line. All right, so super duper pumped about this series, and we just had Derek Roby on, hilarious human, awesome runner, pushes me every time we work out together, and that was an awesome story. Kay the week before, and we've got another awesome conversation coming on Friday. If you haven't listened to the podcast yet, I really think you should check it out. If you're looking for some inspiration, something to listen to on your drive or on your run, pop it in, see what you think. All right, so that, and if you don't know where to find it, anchor.fm/Chris-Able, all right? And it's gonna pop up right there for you. And it's also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, you name it, I'm there, all right? So you have no excuse not to at least look it up, give it a quick listen. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome Monday, awesome Tuesday. See you on Wednesday. Train hard, rest easy, and always share the road. Harambe, guys. Later.